Can you please introduce the platform and explain how Kspir enables the owner-operator to see the sorts of summary information that would not be available to them if they were just using the traditional spreadsheet approach, or I might add, access database approach?
Let me quickly share my screen. Let me know when that's come through.
Yep,
should be able to log in. Okay, great. So as was said in the introduction to Kspir, Kspir is a cloud-based web application that enables the owner-operator to control, govern, and manage the SPIR document creation, collation, and part of the process, and also the material master part of the process alongside with some of our equipment master modules. So before I log in, I kind of wanted to set the scene to say that each organization who uses Kspir will have their own login, which provides them with their own sort of tailored view of the system and the projects they're involved in. So what we've got to show you today is a demo environment that we've created with an owner-operator login called Supermajor 1 PLC. So I log in here. Just to confirm now, can you see the project overview page?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So owner-operators set up a project or multiple projects within Kspir and essentially invite EPCs and equipment suppliers or original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, which we'll probably refer to them in the sort of following presentation, to collaborate on SPIR documents in this one single environment. So by using Kspir, owner-operators will have a view of the progress of the SPIR documents throughout the initial phase of the project, much earlier than they would with the traditional sort of Excel process of exchanging spreadsheets. So by using a single database, you can see that we can start to report on a lot of individual metrics. So we've got a summary here of a few reports that we put together for this demo environment. These are just document level reports, so summaries of the various documents that are inside our demo system, and we can go into reporting on the piece of individual equipment and reporting on individual spare lines as well. But even just the basic sides of the amount of documents that you've got, how many SPIRs you've got set up and are being completed, what's the status of those SPIRs, how many tags are linked to all of these SPIR documents, and then how many, and importantly, how many spare parts or how many SPIR lines are linked to all of these tags. So we can show some real, what is fairly basic reporting, but very difficult to actually get to in the traditional SPIR process. And then we can go into some more sort of detailed reporting, actually analysing across all of our documents within a project, the actual individual spare part costs and things like that. So the total savings of operating spares calculated as a difference between the cost of operating spares recommended by the OEM and the agreed cost of spares that you agree as an owner operator to purchase for operations. And then we can show these in different views as well, either on single cards or different types of charts. So yeah, in addition to this, we've also got some basic information on the project. So introduce the main parties of the project, the owner operators and the EPCs, and we can have multiple EPCs working on one particular project, and including some of the project milestones as well. So we've got some basic milestones of a project, including all the way to the end of life, but maybe this is you have smaller milestones within the design and procurement phase that you can add to here and link your SPIR documents to make sure that we've got a level of sort of a deadline for each of the SPIR documents linked to the actual milestones of the project. So here shows like a basic overview of the benefits of having all of this information in one system captured in a single database.
Matt, thanks very much for that. You mentioned the way the various actors in the process collaborate in the system. Can you show an example of this in a document?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So as I said, this is a overview report, a summary report on our dashboard of the documents in this particular project. If I navigate to the documents page on the left hand side here, I'll actually zoom a little bit in case some of you have smaller screens. You can see again, we've got the document summaries and different reporting that we have here. A couple of additional reports here. We've got this, the count of owner of OEMs and the documents that they're contributing to and the status here. But if we go to the overview of the document, so anyone who is logged into the system and is part of a project will see a view of the documents that they relate to. So each document is linked to an EPC, an OEM, and the owner operator, and of course the project itself. So if you're logging in as an OEM or you're logging in as an EPC, you will see your own tailored view of this particular document screen that demonstrates some of the key parts of the document that you've been working on. So examples of this include the document number, the equipment supplier who's working on it, especially important from the EPC and the owner operator's view, the completeness, which is made measurable because of the data quality standards that we build the system to, information on the spare parts and the number of lines in that particular document, the status of the document, some information on when it was last modified and the user that last modified that, and then also some information on the deadlines, and we can start to view and edit this. So we've got a very good overview and a clear view of all of the documents that have been created in the project, by who and who they've been assigned to. If I take a look at one of these documents, let's go into the view mode of this particular document. You can see now the screen that, regardless of whatever actor you are in the document, that you'll be shown with. So this shows that we've tried to recreate the document in a MAYA principle, which is MAYA, most advanced yet acceptable. We know people are familiar to using spreadsheets, and we tried to bring that into the 21st century. You can see here we've got the SPIR header section at the top, which is most of your purchase order information. We've then got all of the tag records that are linked to it, and if you go into these deeper, you can see the actual information you can get about the tag. And then the part of the system that we're all familiar with, which is the SPIR lines and the relationship of these SPIR lines to the tags that you have in the document. So you can see here that, as I've said, each individual actor in this particular that's responsible for partially filling in this document or as an OEM maybe adding all of the spare part lines, they see this particular view. So you're all collaborating in one space in real time. And each person can see, it's importantly, each person can only see the things that are relevant to them.